as our loved ones get older, for some of us, it can become our responsibility to care for them. And along with that responsibility can come stress. And if it gets severe, a condition known as caregiver distress. Heart disease, diabetes, and depression are just some of the risks of caregiver distress. And Chris Irons, owner of Home Instead Senior Care, is here this morning to tell us about ways caregivers can cope with that stress. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And you mentioned an interesting statistic right before we went on the air about how many people are caregivers now these days.
Yes, a third of all Americans now are family caregivers.
That's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. And as the population gets older, we're seeing those numbers increase even more.
Kind of a difficult topic to talk about with the stress, because you don't want your parents to feel like they're a burden to you. I mean, it's the last thing. So a caregiver may not admit or may not be aware of these signs. Let's talk a little bit about the signs where the stress can get severe.
Yeah. Well, I think as your aging family member or parent has more problems, more issues, then that can affect you. You might start missing work. You might have more issues at home just because that distress is causing your home life also to be more complicated. So that's where it's important to get your family involved, to kind of work with you to come up with a solution, and also talk openly with your parents and talk openly with your relatives. So you can come up with a solution.
Because it's about everybody's quality of life in the household.
Yeah, if the caregiver goes down, then you're really in trouble.
Yeah.
So.
And you're seeing kind of an increase in folks that are living, parents that are living with their children as they age, right? We have.
We've seen a big increase with not only the parents now living with the children, but also just more opportunities where there needs to be a caregiver. The population is getting older. There's more people living at home now. And families are spread out more, so you might have some siblings living out of state that they can't be the support.
Right. So the responsibility may fall on one person.
Exactly.
That's where the stress can kind of mount. Yeah. Well, and I know later on this morning we'll be posting a link to a website where you can go and find out some of the symptoms and kind of assess yourself and find out whether you're under stress, because it really can be a wonderful opportunity to bond with your parents and get closer as a family, and kind of resolving some of these issues can make it better for everyone. Well, thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.